start again. It's a rich thing.
Now we are going to learn about while loop in Python. In case of for loop, we have seen that we need to specify the number of iteration. For example, if you try to print hello world 10 times, then you need to write for I in range, and within parentheses we need to pass the number of iteration, that is 10. And then within this for loop we can write our statement, that is hello. And now if I run the code, so it is showing our expected output. But we can do the same thing by using while loop. To do that, we need to first write while, and then within parentheses we need to write the condition. But I will come back to this point. But for now, just give colon, and within this while loop we need to write print and then pass the statement, that is hello. And now to define the condition, we need to first initialize a variable, an integer value that is equals to 0, and then within this parenthesis we need to write a not equals to 10. It means this loop will execute this code until or unless the value of a will become 10. As soon as the value becomes 10, then our loop will be terminated. But here don't have any statement which will change the value of a or which will increase the value of a. So within this loop we need to write a plus equals to 1, which means after each iteration the value of a will be increased by 1. And now let me execute this code. So it is showing our output, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is our expected output. So here, as long as this condition remains true, while loop is going to execute this set of instructions that are present in this block. Now we have seen that we can do the same thing by using for loop and while loop. Then where is the difference? Actually, in case of for loop, we need to define the number of iteration. Like if you try to print any statement, then you need to give range of 10 or something like that. But what if we don't know the number of iteration in advance? Then it is better to use while loop. Let's take an example. So the problem statement is write a code where we need to convert a decimal number into its binary equivalent. The simplest way to get the binary equivalent of a decimal number is divide the number by 2 repeatedly until we get the quotient as 1. For example, here we have the number 50 and we need to divide it by 2. So we will get 25 as the quotient and 0 as the remainder. Then again divide it, then we will get 12 as the quotient and 1 as the remainder. Then repeatedly divide it by 2 until we get our quotient as 1. So our binary output will be, or the binary equivalent of 50 will be 110010. And then again, if you try to find the binary representation of 75, then you will get like this. And now calculate that, or note that to get the binary equivalent of 50, we need to divide 50 by 2 1 2 3 4 5 for 5 times. But for 75 we need to divide it by 2 for 1 2 3 4 5 6 times. So the number of division is not fixed. Now in this case we can use while loop. So first of all we need to take the input from the user. So input, and within parentheses write your message, that is enter value, and then typecast that value into integer. And then you need to use while loop, and within while we need to repeatedly divide this a by 2. So first of all we need to use modulus sign, because modulus sign gives us the remainder, and we will going to calculate the binary sequence from this remainder. So you need to write a modulus 2. So it will give us the remainder, and we need to store it in a temporary variable. Then let me append all this remainder in a list. So we need to first create a empty list like L equals to like this, and then let me store all the remainder in each iteration in this L list, like L dot append b. And we are also interested to calculate the quotient, because here the condition will be based on this quotient. So we need to calculate the quotient, like q equals to a divided by 2, and then we need to write a equals to q, because in the next iteration the dividend will be the previous quotient. So here we need to change a equals to q, and actually here we need to use float division, unless we will not going to get our expected output. And after termination of this while loop, we need to add the last quotient, that is 1, in our list, that is l dot append. Then here we need to pass q, or you can also directly pass 1, because in the last at the last iteration the value of q will be 1 always. Now we need to calculate the binary equivalent from bottom to up approach. So to do that, we need to first reverse the list like this and then print the list. So if I pass 50, then our expected output will be 110010. So let me run this code. So here I am passing 50. So note that the answer is 110010, which is the expected one. That is, here also it is showing 110010. So let me run it again, and now I am passing 75. So it is showing 1001011. Here it is also 1001011. So this is how you can use while loop when you don't know the number of iteration in advance. So our next topic is infinite loop. For example, if I write while and within this parenthesis if I pass true or anything that is similar to true, then it will execute the code for infinite number of times. Like if I write hello, so let me run this code. So this is our output like this. So let me kill it. You can also pass here anything that is equivalent to true, like you can also pass a number like this, then also it will run for infinite number of time. Or you can also pass a non-empty list like this. Now let me execute this code. So it is showing like this. So this is all for this video.